light worker, shadow worker, however you identify yourself as a healer or a conscious being. How are you feeling with all of these energy shifts? Things are eclipsing out so that better things can eclipse in. Timelines are collapsing. Things that are not aligned are being removed. You know, I think that, for one, give yourself grace. Give yourself the proper time to rest, recalibrate, you know, recharge your being, your energy. Just ride the waves. I know that that's easier said than done, especially if you have more turbulence going on. But when you lean in and you just truly trust that everything is happening for your highest good, that nothing is going wrong, that things are being removed or recalibrated to make room for what's coming. And by what's coming, I mean not just what's coming for the collective, what's coming for the world, but what's coming for you as an embodied version of your higher self. So a lot of us healers and conscious beings, I'll say, a lot of us are setting these intentions to align with our highest self, to align with the collective energies, to hold space for higher energies, as we make this shift from a lower density into a higher, you know, a higher energy. And so when you set intentions for things to be cleared, to make way for alignment, or you ask to be in your highest timeline, or you're asking to anchor in the energy of love and authenticity, or you're asking to really anchor in the 5D, anchor in the new earth in your life, that doesn't just, you know, it's not like a bunch of fairies just magically drop that into your reality, right? Things have to be shifted. Now, granted, if you're living in alignment, if you're very, you know, you're very in tune, your habits, your thoughts, the people around you, your environment, you know, if all of that is supporting your higher alignment, this may not feel rough for you at all. You may just feel the intensity of the energy shifts. But I find that if you do have anything that's not quite in alignment with your truest values, with your truest expression, with your higher self, then that's where you may notice turbulence or something that feels like chaos. Yeah, just anything unsettling or uncomfortable that's being shifted right now. I would just ask you to really lean into that and go ahead and claim your abundance. You know, tell source thank you. Tell your higher self thank you for rearranging what needs to be rearranged so that you can embody your higher self, so that you can be in deeper alignment with your spirit, with source, with God. And sometimes the shifts happen in subtle ways and you have to really be paying attention to catch it. In either case, express gratitude. And just continue expressing gratitude, continue deepening your practices, really anchoring them in whatever works best for you. I know that for me, I've said this many times, but my self-care practices are a combination of meditation, journaling, regular exercise, getting outside in nature, sitting in circle with my children every day, at least twice, cleansing my body. Guys, if you've seen anything about a parasite cleanse or a detox online, or you're hearing people talk about it, let that be a sign to check into it or to look into it yourself. In the States, it's not a common thing for us to do parasite cleanses, and it is so, I think it's so vital to our holistic health. Parasites as an energetic manifestation, you know, we need to address that. We need to address the emotional roots of parasites, the lower emotions and decisions that we make that they're feeding on. But then we also need to obviously address the physical manifestation of those parasites. And a lot of times that's worms. I don't really care to even go into detail about how many types of parasites there are, and how they can live in our bodies for years, I mean decades, and they often are at the root of health issues, from cysts to gallstones to gallbladder issues in general, the C word. There are so many types of imbalances in the body, or dis-ease, especially if you have any kind of, you know, inflammation, stress, unprocessed anger, grief, things like that. There was something else I was going to add. Oh, if you have any kind of gut imbalance, it may not just be about an imbalance in bacteria. You may just need to do a cleanse. So We're incorporating that. I'm offering daily guidance in my subscriber space on Facebook. But back to what I was saying, is like I have all of these things in place to support my integration of these energy shifts and the realignment. And if you don't have anchors in place in your life, those self-care practices, things can feel crazy right now. And guys, it's not going to let up. I don't want to say it's not going to get easier, but you cannot, if you are a conscious being, you're a healer or anything of the sort, you may not even be conscious of it yet and still be affected by these energy shifts. And you've got to be anchored. You've got to be grounded. And with all of the turbulence and chaos just in the world, you know, yeah, it's just really important to have your self-care practices, your spiritual practices in place, and to stick with them. That's how you're going to stay centered and stable through all of this. And it's how you're going to experience bliss and heaven on earth, while there may be some others experiencing hell on earth, experiencing absolute chaos, and the crumbling of, well, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but what I'm saying is anchor into those practices. You'll be grateful that you did. And if you have any questions about detoxing, cleansing your physical vessel, your mind, you can reach out to me with questions. This is a portal, and it can look like chaos, or it can look like realignment and bliss. You get to decide. So surrender to your highest self, do your prayers, your meditation, set intentions, journal. If rituals are your thing, do that. Light a candle, whatever it takes for you to be in alignment with your source and remember who you are, to remember how much power you have, and to release any fear. That's gonna keep you good through this portal, okay? So if anything is removed, let it go with grace. Let it go with grace until, or before it gets removed forcibly and in a way that doesn't feel very much like grace. Choose grace, choose surrender. And keep your vibes as high as possible. And when I say that, it's not just like cliche, you know, high vibes only. Feel your feelings, dude. Like, feel them all, but release them quickly. Face them, pick yourself up, keep going, keep your thoughts on something positive. If the thoughts that are coming to you are intense, if you're waking up, if you're staying up in the middle of the night and your mind is going, choose a calmer thought. Choose a higher thought. Observe your thoughts. Catch the ones that don't feel good, send them away with love, and choose a higher thought. Drink teas that are calming, lemon balm, lavender, tulsi, rose, peppermint. There are so many different herbal teas that can support you right now. Detox baths, spiritual baths, just any kind of cleansing, relaxing thing. Energy work, Reiki. I've been doing it on myself and my children. Cleansing your space often, cleansing yourself. If you feel like you need some extra protection, you can work with crystals and herbs and things like that. But the main thing, guys, is just remember that you're good. Remember that you are an extension of God. You are an extension of source energy. You are not separate from that power. So know that you're good. You're protected. And whatever is happening in your life right now, in some way, it needs to happen for your greater good. Trust that. Release whatever needs to go. And be ready to clear space for all of the abundance and love and life that's coming in, because it is coming if you'll allow it. Anyway, I think that's all I have for today's ramble. Hang in there, guys. Not even just hang in there. It's not about surviving. Tap into your abundance. Tap into your creativity. If you're restless, create something. Create something.